everybody.
Oh.
That was Aesop. He was just introing us to our very own Wake Up Missoula. Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I am your host, Scott Ramp.
I'm Noah McFly.
We have a great show for you guys today. We have guests Blake and Jordan, and they're promoting their Kickstarter/movie, I Am a Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and we'll have them on here to talk all about it in just a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the another big news. They have a lot going on with this whole. I'm going to be talking about City Council, the special improvement districts. It's still an ongoing tug of war between the large property landowners that really don't feel like they need to pay these taxes versus the people who want to use the road for improvement. Because if you guys have ever ridden on the road Hillview Way, it's quite an experience.
They're still talking about that Hillview.
Oh yeah. But this is more about the special improvement district, about the wording, and they want to tighten a lot of the wording in terms of the large property owners.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But at first we got some weather. It has been absolutely beautiful lately. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, we turned up way too hot. There we go.
Oh, sorry everyone.
All right. So
yeah, it's been great this week, which has made it very hard to stay inside and go to classes. And if you guys noticed, if you were up early like Scott and I were, it was very dense fog this morning.
it's not too bad.
Well, on the other side of town there was. I was on the other side of town, it was super dense, and then when I came to our side of town, it was like nothing.
But it was pretty frosty, you know. Got to clear out some of the frost on my windshield, but you know, you can expect things to only get warmer.
Asaph.
Oh, there's Asaph again. Sorry about that. All right, you can expect things to get a little bit warmer with a sunny as highs in the low 40s. Saturday, it'll get a little warmer, but of course, it's Sunday. It's going to be the Super Bowl. You can expect it's going to have a high chance, like a somewhat chance of rain and snow happening throughout the weekend. But yeah. I mean, who's going to be outside during the Super Bowl? It's
no one. Unless you have an outside
support
TV.
The
Hawks.
The Seahawks.
Who are you going for?
Well, I don't know.
I'm going for the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm going for.
Woo! I just am excited to. I don't know. It's fun to drink beer and yell. You know. I like doing that.
Yeah. Well.
As always,
I like to
trends.
I like to talk about, rather than just in Missoula and hyper-local local stuff from our morning show, I like to talk about what the heck is going on in the world. And one of them is crazy videos of trending stuff, and this is a trending video. Here, I'll let it speak for itself. I really can't describe what this is, but yeah, you check this out.
And welcome back. Djokovic readying the serve against his toughest opponent to date, a World War II M1 Abrams tank.
It's set to be a thrilling match.
Shh.
Surprisingly enough, this is trending.
Is this real?
Right off road. Not so much. Because tank's not traditionally designed to play tennis. Abrams serve.
Oh, this tank isn't traditionally designed to play tennis?
Yeah.
No, okay, that's
And this is
I was like, that's
trending online
ridiculous.
right now. Yeah, but there's a couple other things.
Man,
the new TED trailer opened, and a lot of people are excited about that. But no one more excited than the Chinese. The Chinese are really excited for this new talking teddy bear movie, and it's trending like crazy over in China.
Really?
I literally wanted to find a trailer in Chinese of the new TED, it's talking teddy bear, Family Guy who did it. No,
Darn.
Unfortunately, I did not.
That's not.
But another awesome thing I kind of wanted to show is the best part about hockey, and why a lot of fans like to go watch hockey, is to see some fistfights. And
yes.
Here
The fist
is no
fights.
different, as it stars Steve Downey and Michael Latta, and they are... And
Pretty
this is what
mad.
happened.
Pretty angry. Yeah.
Here's some hockey.
In terms of weight, this is more of an even matchup than we saw earlier.
Just going at it.
I know, they just let him fight it out.
Yeah, and the commentators was, well, this was a long time coming between these two.
Really?
People are
I like that
going
they
crazy.
just let them fight it out. They're just like, all right, don't kill each
There's some
other.
breaking up there. Okay, so
All right, get back to plan.
yeah. So that was a little
Long
insane.
time coming, so they must have a long-standing hatred against each other. But before we show our final trailer, I want to give you guys a snow report.
See what's going on for the weekend
Yes.
of you guys, winter warriors out there.
Yes. And as we all know, it's been beautiful. It's like spring weather.
Yeah.
And we haven't really had much snow. So I'm gonna read you the snow report that is around us. Okay, so Discovery, they've got 42 inches on the base, 53 inches on top, and 0 new snow. Lookout has got 32 inches on the base, 57 inches on top, and also 0 new snow. Lost Trail has got 50 inches on the bottom, 70 inches on base, and also 0 new snow. Snowball has got 38 inches on the bottom, 66 inches on top, and also 0 new snow. And then last but not least is Whitefish. They've got, so their snowpack is going down. Remember it was 70 a while ago, so now it's only 65 on top and on bottom, and 0 new snow. So, no new snow and all the snowpack's going down.
Yeah.
I hope it snows again soon for you guys. Yeah, but that's your snow report. But up next, we have our 2 guests. They are making a movie, and it's called I'm a Patriot. And so this is their trailer that we're going to show before we bring them out.
And we'll be right back right after this trailer.
They're not useless. Nobody's useless. Don't write off anyone. I'm talking about the drunks, the idiots, the fools, the terrible mothers, the terrible fathers, the thieves. Whatever it is, whatever they are, they're not useless. Everybody needs a bad example.
All right, so that was I Am a Patriot, and these are the guys who are making that movie.
Hello, you guys.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Good.
So you guys are having a Kickstarter party, and you're trying to raise money for this movie.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the Real Lounge. John Burnell, the guy who's doing our score, is going to, play a little, like an hour worth of solo stuff.
Sweet.
Should be a good time.
Tell us about this movie.
Okay, so it's about 2 brothers who grew up separately, and they get reunited when their father dies, and they get a little money from that, and they go on a road trip together to make up for lost time, and there's a little bit of trouble they get into along the way, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's about it's a fun road movie. It's about growing up. It's about coming of age.
Nice.
It's gonna be a good time.
So, what difficulties have you guys had to endure in this movie making process?
I mean, it's super hard being poor when you're doing anything. And it's super hard to be poor and try and make a movie. So, Jordan and I have been throwing everything we have into getting to this point, and we've had to do a lot of things that we don't really know how to do, like run a website, which if you want to go to our website, it's imapatriotmovie.com. Neither one of us was on Facebook when we started doing this, so we had to learn how to Facebook, which I'm super good at now. We had to learn how to tweet. We've had to learn all the social media stuff. The making the movie has been the easiest because that's what we both went to school to do,
Right.
and that's what we've both been doing for so long. But it turns out there's a million things that come with. You don't just get to make a movie.
Right.
You have to do a lot more than that. And so everything on top of making the movie is completely new to us. So that's been tough.
This has been quite an experience
Yeah,
then, huh?
yeah. Nice.
Okay, and then how much money are you guys asking for your Kickstarter?
21,000.
Yeah, we're looking to raise $21,000. We got a lot of equipment costs, obviously. And we want to pay the people that work for us.
Yeah.
It's pretty common, in media and in film that people will ask you to work for free on their stuff, and we both lived in Los Angeles for a while and went through that, and we just don't want to do that to people. It's not really fair. It's not really what we're about, and so we want to pay the people that work for us. So
That's
a lot of
awesome.
the money will go to that.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
And you're hosting a party, an event to
Yeah.
help raise awareness, or
Your Kickstarter kickoff.
Yeah.
and tell us the details about that.
Okay.
We just want to get everyone out. We think local film is a cool thing. We want to get everyone involved with the movie. And we also want you to check us out on Kickstarter. So we're inviting everyone out to the Real Lounge tomorrow night to see John Burnell play. John Burnell, many Missoulans probably know him. He played with the Oblio Joes and Secret Powers. We got him to score the film, so he's going to be doing an original score for the film. He made the music that you heard in the trailer, and he's a really talented guy. So he's going to play tomorrow night, and people can come out, and we think we'll have some new footage to show. And we'll mingling. You can meet the cast and crew, and you can talk to me and Jordan.
Yeah.
Cool.
And and you can drink. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
All those three fun things combined into one.
Yeah.
And then, who are the two brothers? Who's the stars?
That's Chris and Michael McGee. They do theater production, Moonrisers, and they just got done with a 3-day stint at the Roxy, and they're great. They're hilarious. Great writers. Yeah, they're the reason that this film has a chance to be any good at all. They're wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, once again, where can people find more information about you guys?
Yeah, what's our website? Go ahead. Cartel.
Yeah.
You can go to www.imapatriotmovie.com. You can go to facebook.com/patriotmovie, or you can just search I'm a Patriot Movie on Google, and I think we're the top hit on that.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And this party is happening tomorrow night, starting at 7.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the Real Lounge, which is below the Elks Club.
Mm-hmm. Music's at 8, right?
Music starts at 8, so there'll be an hour to mingle and meet the cast and crew, and talk to me and Jordan, and then we'll listen to John play some music. Oh, and we're gonna give away some movie swag. We're gonna be giving away some T-shirts and stuff. So come down and get a free I'm a Patriot T-shirt.
Cool.
It's great. And in your Kickstarter, if you raise a certain amount of money, you let people get T-shirts, have a first screening, that kind of thing.
Totally, we got some great stuff on our Kickstarter. We're giving away. Obviously, we're doing all the regular stuff, giving away DVDs. Not giving away because you got to pay for it. But we got DVD. We're going to do DVDs. We're going to do T-shirts. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. We're doing some really fun parties if you donate at the higher levels. One out in Arlee, where I grew up. We're going to screen the movie outside this summer in Arlee. We're giving away. One of the people who's working on the film is a super avid fly fisherman, so he's going to do some guided fly fishing trips.
Nice.
So there's lots of good stuff. If you just go on Kickstarter.com and search I'm a Patriot, you can be right on.
You can be an extra, right?
You can be an extra in the film. You could be in the film. And so we got some fun stuff on there.
Cool.
I'd probably be the worst extra ever. I have the wandering eyes, so I look at everything.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
Yeah, I think we guaranteed too that you'd end up in the final cut.
Yeah. You could end up ruining this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question is, how did you guys come up with this idea? How did all this form?
Oh boy. I can't really remember how the idea came. I remember mentioning something to Blake just about the character that Chris plays, the crazy older brother. Like a year and a half ago, I mentioned something. He was like, "That sounds terrible." So I kept writing. And it just grew into something that we couldn't really stop.
Yeah, it's been a long process. We were about. Jordan gave me the first draft of the script about a year and a half ago, and so we still have another year left, before we even have a chance of getting into festivals. So it's been a long process, but one step every day. So but it's been a lot of fun.
Cool. All right.
Well,
so
thanks for joining us,
Thanks for having
guys.
us on. We really appreciate it.
So this is Blake and Jordan, and they're talking about their movie I Am a Patriot, and they have an event coming up tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the basement of the Elks.
The
you should
Real
go
Lounge.
the Real Lounge.
Yeah.
None of these fake lounges.
No, it's the real one.
But you should totally check it out. Give them some support. Talk shop if you're a movie maker, and get involved.
Yeah, and if you can't donate, we totally understand. If you can share us on Facebook, that helps just as much.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with some events that are going on in Missoula with Noel, so stay tuned.
The harlequin duck is one of Montana's rarest birds. Currently wintering on the Pacific Ocean, harlequins migrate to Montana's streams to breed in the spring. One of the most productive areas is McDonald Creek in Glacier Park.
This 10-mile stretch of the creek from Lake McDonald to Logan Creek produces 25% of all of the chicks that are produced in Montana and has the highest breeding density of harlequins in the lower 48.
But when no harlequin duck chicks were found on McDonald Creek a few years ago, researchers wanted to learn more.
We had radio transmitters on these females, and we wanted to look at, where in the stream do the females want to be in relationship to different stream features and habitat features, and also distance to going to the Sun Road.
While Montana is on the southeastern extent of the harlequin's range, there is concern these rare ducks are in decline.
Across the board, they're just difficult to study. They occur in these remote locations. Very little research has been done, and we just don't know much about them.
Through his research, Hansen believes we need to continue to monitor Montana's harlequin ducks and conserve the waters they use to maintain the harlequin in the future.
It's really important to know what are the focal streams, what are the important streams where a lot of these ducks are coming from, to focus our efforts to think about how the stream is being managed.
I'm Winston Greeley, out among Montana's fish, wildlife, and parks.
Hey, we're back.
Everyone, we are back.
We are back.
Woo, woo. Well, I hope you guys, everyone check out The Real Lounge tomorrow night. Give them support. It looks like it's going to be a great movie. As long as they got to get it up and running.
Yep, connect with them, but you also can connect with us.
Yes, you can. So, you can check out Wake Up Missoula on our Wix page, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can check out Wake Up Missoula on our Facebook page, and chat with us, or, And then we've got MCAT's Facebook page. You can always check that out on too. We've got all of our videos and all of our MCAT stuff. Wake Up Missoula also has a Twitter page where Scott will tweet you back. I probably will sometime. And then you can check out MCAT's page, mcatchannel.wix.com/MCAT. We have got lots of great videos, lots of good photos.
That's our artist of the First Friday. Next First Friday, we have our artist, Garrison. He's from Hamilton, and he's going to be showing his photography here at MCAT next Friday.
Wow. It's a beautiful photo.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's what's going on our social media. If you ever want to get involved with Wake Up Missoula, you can contact us on our Wake Up Missoula Facebook,
Twitter,
or our Wix, or our Twitter. Yeah.
If you look at us up, you can find us quite easily.
Yeah.
And you can call MCAT at 542-6228 and say, I want to be on the morning show. And then you have to say it exactly like that.
Yeah.
You have to say, yeah,
You have to kind of whine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you on.
And then we'll let you on.
Yeah. But I've got your weekend events. It is the last weekend of January, which kind of crazy to believe. February is upon us. So what I've got for events today, all my events for Friday are kid events. So this is family kid events, and then we've got music. So we've got Family Fun Time starting at 9:30 a.m. at Mismo Gymnastics, 1900 West Broadway. It's an open gym for walking to 12 years of age. They have supervised and safe environment. It's full of obstacle courses, trampolines, foam pits, all the fun stuff. It's $5 for members or $8 for non-members. Missoula Family YMCA, which is located out on Russell Street, they're having their Family Fun Time at the Y, starting at 9:30 a.m. It's so the activities, they have 2 bounce houses, an indoor tricycle riding track, tumbling mats, softy hockey, scooters, and much more. Tables and comfy chairs they have to sit on, have a snack or chat while your kids play. And it's free if you've got a membership, and $17 per family without. The public library is having their Tiny Tales starting at 10:30 in the morning. This is for birth to 36 months, where participants will sing songs, learn finger plays and nursery rhymes, and hear stories. The program is usually held downstairs in a large meeting room. Signs will be posted if it's held elsewhere. Public Library also has family story time starting at 10:30. It's a themed story time on the Dragon Rug, which may include songs and an art activity. This one is usually just on the weekends. 10:30.
Yeah.
So the preschool playgroup is at Bitter Gymnastics, 216 Commerce Street, starting at 11. It's for ages walking to 5 years of age. It's class length is an hour, $8 to drop in or $12 for siblings. They set up fun stations and activities throughout the gym, and then parents and kids choose the activities that interest them the most. They have obstacle courses, pit games, trampoline time, swinging, sliding, climbing, playing, flying through the air.
Or you could actually go to the Bitterroot and do gymnastics.
Yeah.
But you probably die because there's always somebody who dies.
Oh, I definitely.
In the Bitterroot.
Always. And I'm sure it's pretty snow. I can imagine. I wonder if they have more snow than we do.
We're expecting people to die up in the Bitterroot this weekend.
Be careful, everyone.
So morbid.
I know. We're terrible.
Yeah.
While we're talking about kid events, this is awful. Sorry. Whatever.
Kids are obsessed with zombies and like dead stuff now. So.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We're
All the kids are
PG.
like almost like all of my kids love The Walking Dead and like making that stuff. And of course, all the after school stuff will start up again. The flagship. So I'll be starting Flagship Fridays starting in late February, hopefully.
Flagship Friday. I love
So another month. You gotta wait another month before I produce another
those great videos.
awesome video.
The kids are great. I love those kids. So at Spectrum Discovery area from 11 to 4, their Discovery Bench is Fractals, and their Brain Lab is Candy DNA. $3.50 for anyone 4 and over, and if you're under 3, you get in for free. And Spectrum Discovery area is located on Front Street in between Higgins and Madison, and it's a science center for little ones. And so they always do a lot of really fun science activities that are geared towards the younger age.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever explained that, but I always talk about it, but that's what it is. Yeah. And so the Children's Museum of Missoula, they're having face painting from 11 to noon today. Public Library's got their teen writers group. This is from 3:30 to 5:30. It's in the small meeting room, and it's for teen writers who need a little inspiration or feedback. The meeting places vary, but the young adult librarian will let you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Top Hat Lounge has got their family-friendly Friday with Andrea Harcel. It's from 6 to 8. It's time where parents and kids can eat and play and laugh, and parents can drink, and kids can drink water and have fun. And it's a free show, always.
Always.
Yeah. And so that is what's going on with kid things.
Yep, so kids can start off the day with some gymnastics, then go to the public library and learn and get read to, followed by they get to go to a bar.
Yeah, yeah, followed by
I know, it's like a full day, and then you put them in a bar.
And then they go to bed at 8.
Yeah.
And you guys can, it sounds like a full kid day.
You know what's good for a kid is to have a kid have the ability to entertain themselves. Because if I am forced to entertain even more of these little, it's like they have like high standards now. It's like I don't have to entertain you.
I know.
Like there should be a meditation class like for kids. Like
I think so.
Sit and meditate.
Be still, meditate.
It's like use your imagination. So yeah.
So at the Union Club, there's traditional Irish music at 6. And then, I'm sorry, this is my last family event. So the Missoula Symphony Orchestra Family Concert is at the Denison Theater tonight at 7. Tickets are $8, and it's called Have No Fear, Fortismo is here. So there's...
Wait, what did you say? Can you say that again?
Fortisimo?
No, I know.
Is it Fortismo?
No, you said it right. It's just the way you said it.
Fortismo.
Have no fear, Fortismo is here.
Ah! Okay. So, Symphony superhero Fortismo has lost his superpower to protect us from bad music. Oh! So, join the audience and help him regain his self-confidence and defeat the troublemakers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, 7 p.m. tonight, $8. Go to MissoulaSymphony.org if you want more information. You can call 721-3194 for tickets, but I'm sure they've got tickets at the door. Yeah, check it out. It looks like it's gonna be fun. It's really cute. And so this is an interesting event. So it's called Burning Minivan. For the month of January, a wooden van has been driving around Missoula collecting collecting like stories and regrets and wishes and all these other different things. And tonight from 6 to 8 at Flanagan Motors, located on 1776 Stevens Avenue, they're gonna burn it. They're just gonna burn that van down.
Burning minivan,
yeah. So they're gonna throw a party where the van is burned. They're gonna be releasing lanterns to let go of the losses, and they're also going to be doing a drive for items needed by the moms at the mountain home. So they need like strollers, hand-me-downs, clothes, diapers, everything that you had for your kids and you don't need anymore, definitely go and donate, because the moms at Mountain Home need that. Yeah, that's tonight at 6.
That actually sounds really awesome.
Doesn't it sound great?
It's so cool. It's too bad it's only like 2 hours.
I know. I might go. It sounds really cool.
I just want to go there. I might even film it. I think I'm gonna like take
should.
a camera and film it. And just want to see what it's all about.
I do too. I want to go check it out. Yeah.
That actually would have been something you could have done today for your video assignment.
One of the kids in my class is doing it already.
Oh, that always happens. Everyone else gets the good ones. That's why you have to speak up first. It's like, I want that. It's like, I'm doing that. It's like, I don't care. Whatever.
It was too soon for me.
It was too soon.
Yeah, I felt that in my, I'm in classes, and a couple of my classes, they're really hard. And like one of my classes, I'm learning everything, and then later in the afternoon, I'm expected to know it all. And so I'm just like, whew, yeah. And so we have to do video projects.
So one of the tricks I learned about doing this kind of stuff, I like to think of it as, when you do these shoots and this kind of stuff, I just think about it, you're going to the event with a camera.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine yourself just going to the event like any other day, but you have a camera. You just get a couple of shots of the things that catch your eye.
Yeah.
And that's how you determine what's a good shot, what's not a good shot.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Just remember your ABCs of videography, and it's WMC. It's wide, medium, close, Noel.
Okay, I'm learning this.
They never taught me WMC, and I was like, that makes total sense, the ABCs. They never say, oh, it's your ABCs of your shot list. It's like, no, it's WMCs.
Yeah.
Wide, medium, close.
I'm learning. I'm so overwhelmed. It's been the first week, I'm so overwhelmed. Yeah, but I'm gonna do the West Side Community Dinner, which is not this weekend, but next weekend, and I'll talk to you guys about that. But yeah, all the videos I make this semester, I'm gonna show on Wake Up Missoula, so you guys can see what I've been doing in school. Yeah, so back to events. Sorry for that, getting off track as always. We've got some music going on now tonight, as college kids are back in town and back to school. And I mean, I've had an overwhelming week. I can imagine everyone else has too. And so I'm sure everyone's ready to party.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. So at Monk's, they're having a shift back to school edition DJ set. It's $18 to dance, so $5, and $21 to drink, $3. So these are the DJs they're having. House is going to be there from 8 to 9:30. Wolf Trap is from 9:30 to 10:30. Chatterbox is there from 10:30 to 11:30. Nick Stasso is 11:30 to 12:30, and then Logistical Loan, 12:30 to close.
Oh, Logical One.
Oh, Logical One.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's just like, it's harder, like.
But it's got the S in there. Logistical One. Okay, logistical.
It's like psychology. It's like if you recognize the word alone, then you are alone.
Yeah.
Noel, there's something you have to tell me. But we have no audience, so we're just kind of like.
I know.
It's just the three of us. Next time we'll get a studio audience. We'll get something going. Yeah.
And so at the Palace tonight, they're having a drag show, which is always fun. I love those drag shows. Yeah, so Women's Resource Center is hosting Panty Rock Drag Show tonight. It is a fundraiser for the vagina monologues that are coming up. All the proceeds benefit the Gender Expansion Project. And so they've got drag queens, kings, everything in between. They're having a raffle as well. So doors start at 8:15, show starts at 9. Their MCs are Hex, Shadow, and Johnny Sprinter with DJ Mermaid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They have the best names
I know,
ever.
they really do. I love queen names, drag queen names. So it didn't say a price, but it says they're
$5.
Yeah,
All
I'm
drag
pretty
shows
sure
are like
that it's $5.
$5 for 21 and up, and then an extra surcharge for 18 and up. It's an 18 and up event. And it's for the college kids coming back into town.
Yeah, so it's $5. Yeah, I'm sure it's like $10 for 18 and up for 18-year-olds. But yeah, so Joan Zen is going to be at the Union Club at 9. Miller Creek Band is going to be at the Badlander at 9. They've got a $5 cover. And then Wartime Blues is going to be at the Top Hat at 10 with a $5 cover as well. So quite a few places have covers tonight, but it's okay. And then up next I've got Saturday events. Missoula International School is having their middle school garage sale. This is from 8 to 3 in the MIS gym. Missoula International School is up in the lower Rattlesnake. There's going to be a bake sale, lots of treasures, All the proceeds benefit the middle school trips, helping provide scholarships for students in need. There'll be furniture, household items, kitchenware, books, unique items, and lightly used clothes.
Cool.
So it's at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Oof.
Travelers Rest State Park is hosting a winter storytelling. It's called the Dog Soldier Ledger Book. It is so it's called the Dog Soldier Ledger Book, Art as a Source of Indian History. So that's what it's going to be about. That is located at 6717 Highway 12 out in Lolo, starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Bitter Gymnastics has their trampoline drop-in. This is for ages 5 to 12 years of age. It's a structured drop-in class that focuses on front and back flip progressions. $8 to drop in, $12 for siblings, 11:30 to 12:30 tomorrow. There is live music at the 10 Spoon Vineyard and Winery tomorrow at 6 p.m. It is called Bases Covered, and they have antipasto plates, they have wine, they've got lots of good food and music. So it's open 4 to 9, and music starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And yeah, so I've got all the music now. Quite a big jump from 9 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. So the Badlanders hosting Absolutely with Chris Moon and Monte Carlo. So this is the DJ set. They've got 2-for-1 Absolute drinks until midnight and no cover. 3-Year Dog is at the Union Club at 9 for free. The Boy and Sister Alma are at Stage 112 at 9 tomorrow. They're Neon Electro is what they qualify their music as. And they were #1 on Pace Magazine's list of 10 Montana bands you should listen to now. Yeah, so it's synth-soaked pop and dreamy 80s nostalgia.
The Boy and Sister Alma.
Yeah.
What kind of band are they again? Oh,
They're
80s.
Neon Electropop, yeah, 80s, yeah.
So they're cover?
I don't know, I'm not sure. I think what it kind of sounds like to me is that they do
I'm sure they have
electronic.
If they're a top band in
covers.
Montana, they probably have a YouTube video or even a channel.
I bet they do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know-
Yeah, so that's what's going on for our weekend events. As always, you can check out MissoulaEvents.net to see what I was talking about, to see other events I didn't talk about, to see what's going on Sunday. You can always check out the Independent and the newspaper. They always have events there too. Yeah, but that's your community events.
And when we come back after this fracking PSA, I'll talk all about the wonderful world of Missoula City Council. And fade.
Grandpa always wanted to be a cowboy, so he and my grandma bought some property in the Beartooth of South Central Montana when my mother was young. We've spent summers there ever since. It's where we scattered my grandpa's ashes. This beautiful land is now being threatened by fracking. In this destructive process of extracting natural gas, 750 chemicals, including 29 known carcinogens, are pumped into the ground using 2 to 5 million gallons of water. Up to 70% of the chemical water stays in the ground after the process. To make matters worse, Montana currently enacts a tax holiday for oil and gas exploration. For the first 12 to 18 months of operation, companies are taxed less than 1%. For fracked wells, this is usually the most active period of the well's life. If fracking is allowed, the Beartooth won't be safe. We have too much to risk. Say no to fracking.
Hey, we're
Say
welcome.
no to fracking, everyone.
Or you say yes. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a free country.
It's a free country.
Okay, so what it looks like is that we've got quite a bit of city council stuff to chat
Yes,
about
we do.
today.
I had to pin the tabs on the website.
Oh, did you? Wow.
Oh, that means you just drink them. But anyways, you can find out all this information
So
by logging on
excited.
to cityofmissoula.mt.us. It's really simple to log onto a website, or you can find it on a search engine by typing in City of Missoula. This is the front page. I think it's a beautiful website. You can find everything that you need to do. And the biggest thing that's happening is that they the two biggest things that are happening in the city council are they're referring back to old ordinances that happened a long time ago.
Oh.
They're still talking about it. So this is the sequel to the pawnbrokers ordinance, the new pawnbrokers ordinance, to put them on a database so the police can track items that were stolen easier. And the other one is the SID, is the Special Improvement Districts, mostly geared towards the improvement of Hillview Way, which is totaling a cost of $3.8 million. And I'll talk a lot about that. But the first thing I'm talking about is the pawnbrokers. So this is it's making pawn shops and trade stores use electronic database to store items for tracking stolen goods and returning them to their proper owners. It looks good on paper, but some people have issues with that. And one of the issues is privacy issues. And this is Erica Hughes, and she is the co-owner of Riverside Pawn. And this is what she had to say.
I mean, it just seems like every time you turn around in the news, you're finding some other example of an industry that's been hacked, whether it's Target or Albertsons or Home Depot or Lowe's or the Montana Department of Health and Human Services, and even just in the last couple of weeks, the Pentagon, which I think arguably would have the most stringent security in place. So the thought about putting my customers' information on a program like Leads Online, which might include their name, address, phone number, driver's license number, its expiration date, their date of birth, their social security number, if provided on, maybe a gun background form, their height, weight, eye color, hair color, a description of the items that they've pawned and their serial numbers. This is information that we had traditionally provided to the police department. It doesn't grant me a whole lot of peace of mind knowing that might be compromised, and that if it ever were, and somebody suffered from an identity theft because of it, that there's I didn't get a clear answer from Leads Online who would be liable for those losses. If somebody was to suffer from an identity theft and suffer monetary losses, maybe somebody opened up several credit accounts in their name and went on a spending spree and they weren't aware of it, who's responsible for that? And I did not get a clear answer from Leads Online.
Yep, and Leads Online is is a for-profit commercial organization that collects this information, and it's geared towards, but of course the only way you can actually sign up for Leads Online is through police. Like the police can sign up. You have to have a badge number, what city you're representing, so the police would have the direct information for this. And it is basically an online database. It's a network database based out of a central network hub where they store all this information. And this is her closing remarks to this.
Really reconsider making Leads Online a mandate. I think it operates on the presumption of guilt, and our customers are not criminals. They've done nothing wrong other than find themselves in a situation that any one of us could find ourselves in, where they just ran a little short of cash, and I think that their privacy should be protected. Thank you.
Okay.
Amen, sister.
And hold your horses, everybody. As in, we have the one of the police officers is the Homeland Security Grant Program Assistant Chief Scott Hoffman, and this is his response to Ms. Hughes. This is what he has to say.
Comes this process, which is very easy to be used by all the pawn shops. I have comments from every pawn shop that Rob Sheeman has taken this last couple weeks. They like it. All of them like it except for two. I understand we're not going to make everybody happy, but we're trying to do something for our community, our citizens who have had these items stolen. If it was your Rolex watch that was stolen, would you not want the police department to make every effort to recover it for you? Leads Online allows us to put it in a database that is shared. I don't know this cloud thing. It's not in a cloud. It's on a server back on Leads Online. It's not up there for anybody to grab. It's, you'd have to hack into their server. And the only information in there is their name, their address, a description of them, and what they pawned. There's no date of birth. There's no social security number. We've never asked for that. And again, that was never changed in the ordinance, only the way it was reported.
Yep, and this is the progress and what Leads Online, like, people want to know, like, okay, since it was implemented since last April, it was since April 1st. This is his report of how Leads Online has benefited the police department in recovering stolen items, and this is what he had to say.
From those 42 administrative warrants, just since April 1st, we've recovered 87 stolen articles from the local pawn shops. Out of those 87 items, 6 were stolen guns. Now, if you don't think that's important for our community to recover these kind of things, stolen guns, stolen wedding rings, stolen whatever, then we're missing the point of this whole thing. It is an inconvenience for certain pawn shops. The cost, I don't know what pawn point of sale they use, but none of the other ones say that it has cost them anything. The Missoula Police Department, out of our own budget, spent $6,600 and paid for this. I would.
Yep, and that's what he's saying about that. And of course, he had Rob Sheeman, and he's the crime prevention officer. And this is he gathered some information about the pawn shops, and he got some quotes from different pawn shops around town. This is what he had to say.
So just not to take up a ton of time, but I went to all the pawn shops, and some of the quotes that I got were not impractical, easy, appreciate how simple it is. I don't understand, I don't see what the problem is. One place said, I don't like it, but it's okay. This person was concerned about personal information being on the web. One of the places said, finally did a recent upload, because he upgraded his computer, worked fine, no problems. Another place said, makes our lives easier. So the general consensus by far is it's okay, and it's been working just fine.
All right, and that's what he had to say about that. Mr. Hoffman responds to a question by Emily Bentley on the city council for a voluntary service, like, making this whole thing voluntary. Like pawn shops can be like, if you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, that kind of thing. But he doesn't agree with Emily Bentley's voluntary program. This is why.
I guess if we allow one or two to not follow the ordinance, then we really have no right to make any of them follow the ordinance, which makes it a useless ordinance. And then it's not helping what we have always tried to do for the victims of thefts, and that's recover their property.
Nope. And that's what he has to say about that. And then this is the other co-owner of Riverside Pawn. This is a Mr. Brian Hughes, and this is what he had to say in opposition against this as well, because him and his wife are both opposed to this. So
I applaud the city's efforts to try to minimize their workload and offload that or outsource it to someone else and save some time and labor. But we're giving up people's, Fourth Amendment right to privacy, and we talked about, warrants. They don't actually use a real warrant; it's an administrative warrant. And so, I don't know. I think we're losing a lot. I know that in interest of time, I'll keep this brief, but I listened to the police department's testimony to you guys, the statements, and I think they're very misleading at best. And I would implore you, any one of you who really has an interest in this issue, to come and talk to me at length. I mean, this is hard in a few minutes in a public forum to kind of really get the feeling for what's going on here. But if you really care about what it is, come and see me. And we're glad to report to the police department. Leads Online is not the police department, not even by proxy. So.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I agree with those, with the pawn shop owners, like Fourth Amendment right to privacy, that is invading their privacy, and I do understand that they want to recover thefts, but yeah, don't outsource your police work to other people.
Yes.
Or to a website. Like, do your job.
But
it's been working for years. Why?
But there is a Montana law and out there that you're supposed to. You have to have information about you, and the Leads Online actually helps the state law put the information out there.
Okay, so there's a Montana law that says what? You have to have
information about transactions with pawn shop owners. Of course, if you request it, you can get it from pawn shop owners, and of course, it had the retrieval of stolen items and stolen goods from pawn shops have basically, from what I see, it's and what they quote, you can watch the whole meeting online because there's a lot of quotes and a lot of people saying this, is that the recovery of all these items have doubled because of Leads Online. So on paper, it looks really good. And he said that it doesn't release too much information on people, but if you have an item that is stolen, you want to know who pawned the item. So you'd be like, hey, who pawned this item? Oh, this was Greg Johnson from whatever. It's like, all right, well, he wasn't supposed to pawn it because he stole that item, blah, blah, blah. But of course, another one of the good comments that I didn't show today also was one of the guys. You actually see him right there in the corner behind him. He made a good quote. He said that there was hot sheets back in the day, that they would distribute information about stolen items. Like, okay, so this item's stolen, so if this thing is stolen, do not sell it.
Yeah.
Do not buy it or pawn it. I mean, like, report it.
Yep, and that's happened in the past. I don't understand why they can't do it now. I guess personally,
But everything's becoming digital nowadays.
I know,
and everything's
I'm paranoid
accessible.
about that. I'm like that, like our first quote. The gal said that like all these places are getting hacked, and even the police officer was like, "It's not on the cloud; it's on a server." They're hacking servers.
Yep.
You don't know who's going to do it and when it's going to happen.
But it is a relief. I mean, it is a relief to know that there is no social security, birth certificate, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's only your name.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to find you, it's not hard.
No.
With databases and all that stuff. But your name and information is on the state record in the census. There are people who don't believe in the census either.
Yeah.
Those are like people who are completely out of the loop, who don't want anything to do with the city or anything like that. But
it just makes me paranoid. I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
And that's why a lot of people don't vote, because like when you go vote and you want to register yourself to vote, you have to give them your name, your address.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
And you can find out any people's information anywhere, anytime now.
Any of that.
So if you're looking for someone, you can find them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. There's even some to know some information, like it's actually illegal to lie online. For like if you sign up for like a Google Mail or email like that, you cannot lie for your name.
Yeah.
There's some like little statutes of that, but
Big
of course
brother
it's.
watching your every move.
But of course, moving on to the SIDs. Well, actually, not moving on to SIDs. There's a couple meetings I just want to talk about, just a smidge, a little bit. There's Parks and Conservation. They were looking to appoint and reappoint the Open Space Advisory Committee for Parks and Conservation. They interviewed people, and you can check it out online on the City of Missoula website to find out. It's an interview process. You don't know who actually got it, but you can find out more about it. But it's they're just talking about the ideas and stuff like that. So I just didn't really do it because it's just basically one big giant interview. And then after that was the land use and planning. They're talking about ADUs. You know ADUs? They're their AKA, otherwise known as
what are all these?
Granny apartments.
Granny apartments.
You heard these granny apartments where people convert their garages to little apartments for low rent for college students. And there was a huge controversy with that, and they're just going to close a couple of the loopholes that they were talking about, and that is no property is to exceed 600 square feet.
Okay.
But of course, the ones that are already exceeding 600 square feet, they're just like, all right, grandfathered in. That's what they said. Exactly how they said is grandfathered in.
Yep. They do that too.
It looked like they did. Their ghost hand, their third hand did that. But yeah, and then so this is what they said, that they must be less than or equal to 600 square feet and greater than or equal to 350 feet. So they have to be between 350 to 600 square feet in these granny apartments. All right, moving on to the SIDs, and this is the Public Works Committee, and they're talking about what's going on there. And this features Hillview Way large property owners, lawyers who are opposed. They meant to improve the road using taxes of the people who own property in Hillview Way, plus other districts and, of course, the City of Missoula. Basically, the bond from the SIDs would not exceed $1.6 million. I mean, this is for the large property owners up there, like the people who would be paying up there. Originally, it was set to be $2.5 million, but they lowered that down to not to exceed $1.6 million. So the remainder would increase Missoula Road to District 1. So basically, there's $3.8 million in the project, and people up in Hillview and the SIDs, all that stuff, a lot of them would be paying $1.6 million. And the remainder of the cost improvements will be paid by a city-wide impact fees. So the city, us, taxes and stuff like that would be paid over time to about $2.1 million to pay for the Hillview Way.
And so
what they want to do, the SID Improvement District, is a way for people to pay. Like they have all the money, but then slowly pay and then get money back along the way to work this out. But it's a 20-year plan.
Wow.
So if it's a 20-year plan, it's only probably about like 50 cents to $1 a month per household, you name it. But the problem is that these large vacant property owners, and there's people who own large properties who are lots, are also concerned about this. Mm-hmm. The next big question is, what is the payment plan? Bruce Bender, he's talking about. Oh, actually, wait. I have to go back. Bruce Bender explains. It's very unclear about who's actually paying for this, and this is what Bruce Bender had to say in terms of what's going on with that.
We were recommending the road district pay the assessments for these vacant properties. that's always been part of our parameter. So there's no change there in the sense, the only change we're doing is the road district now will create its own funding, and we won't create an SID for that dollar amount.
Yep. So basically, like you said, is like we're gonna have to figure out another payment plan on top of it. But the SIDs still would be implemented, but it just wouldn't impact as much in terms of that. And of course, the next big question is, what is the payment plan? Bruce suggested an additional ordinance on top of the SID to put a payment plan that spans 40 to 50 years. Which is like, what if the vacant sell the property? What if they decide to build 5 years later? Are they supposed to pay for the 5 years up into that? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And then SIDs are meant to go for about the 20 years, like I said. Throughout the meeting, it seemed fairly unclear about how they would approach paying for this as a result of the $2.1 million that the SID would not cover, but the city of Missoula will. John Wilkins is in favor of the project, but has concerns about, as you can tell, the clarity of exactly what's going on with this. But there's a lot of uncertainty with this project and trying to work with a lot of the large property owners. But this is John Wilkins, city council member of the South Hills in that particular ward, and this is what he had to say about this.
Well, I find it pretty hard. You know, I really want this project to go. I've been pretty clear with that, I think, all the way down the line. But I'm going to find it very hard to vote for this project without the agreement being made beforehand.
Yep. And the agreement he was referring to is the property owners to sign a form.
Yeah.
But they also want to be able to sign a form and say, hey, I'm down for this Hillview Way Improvement District, even though I don't even use the road, nor am I directly interested in having the road. I like some of them, like I said, the last time we talked about SIDs, one of the property owners was like, hey, I'm perfectly fine with a dirt road.
Really?
People up there like own property and they don't want to pay for a road they're not going to use or they have no interest in using, all that stuff. So,
yeah,
you know,
makes sense.
Which makes sense for them.
Yeah.
And this is this next one is Roy Cogan, bond counsel, responds to some of the funds and money being deferred to districts, and this is what he had to say about this.
Each year, the amount increases at the assessment interest rate. So what it does is it treats everybody who's being assessed and folks under this agreement fairly. And the concern was with the major property owners that they may never build. And if they don't build, they didn't want to be assessed. And the assessments were fairly substantial. So we think this solves, all the issues. It treats them fairly. They have to pay when they get a building permit, except for their one assessment per lot. They would not pay an additional amount for that one for the first building permit. But we've never seen an SID created on a contingent basis. I think you either have to create it or not create it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Created or not created?
All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of. This has been an ongoing battle.
Yeah,
like
it
a
really
lot
has,
of
for
stuff.
quite a while.
A long time. This isn't even the first time they actually attempted to repair this road,
Mm-hmm.
and they tried it like in 2007, and that's like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, and then like the road improvement plan is just like, why are they paying for a road for 20 years? Because that's by like 20 or 30 years from now, the road's just gonna have to be rebuilt or redone.
Let's just wait until it like falls off.
They've
and
waited. The problem is that they've waited forever, and the road's dangerous, and there's a lot of people
very
feel like there's a liability. People like literally turn out when it's icy. They
Yeah.
like there's a stoplight at the bottom where Russell is up Hillview Way.
Yeah.
They stop like they're going down to like the Albertsons or whatever, and they slide into traffic on the one that's going
That's scary.
Higgins to 39th
Yeah.
Street. So yeah, and this is Bruce Bender once again, and he addressed the issues with the vacant lands who have private owners, and if you're going to build a road, you need everybody on board because everybody who owns land up there is impacted by this road improvement and SIDs and all this stuff. And this is what Bruce Bender had to say.
The problem with this, you had all these large vacant lands, and we felt they should pay their equitable share somehow on this road improvement and not burden just simply the existing developed and also not make it a windfall for future development that they never contributed to it. So it's that that trying to manage that, and so that's why we created this method. We spent a lot of time with Mr. Kogan trying to figure out how we do that. So and yet you understand the vacant property owner's point is that we may not develop. Why should we contribute toward it? So that's where this building permit come into it. And now, now they're saying to us, why should we sign something unless we know the city's proceeding? But you have control over this. Dale's correct. You have control that if we don't get the agreements, we don't proceed with the project.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the agreements, Okay, I have a question for you. This is like, do you know what the percentage of these large vacant landowners who purchased the SIDs before this agreement?
Wait, say it, what?
Okay, like I said, what percentage of these vacant landowners were opposed to the SIDs and the overall just construction of this new road?
Quite a bit. I don't know.
All of them.
All of them.
All 100% of the vacant landowner people no.
To this road.
Opposed to the money putting into the road. I'm assuming they're like, yeah, the road's cool, but they're just like, I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, and also the fact that they were trying to make this entire city pay for it, and people that don't even go up there. I don't think that's right.
Nope.
No.
All right, so in conclusion, there doesn't seem to be much improvement with these landowners working with a payment plan with the city of Missoula. If these SIDs were extend to 20 to 25 years, and someone would develop or buy these vacant lots 5 years from now, they would have to pay the difference for those 5 years. Would they have to pay for this difference for the 5 years? There's a lot of questions about, the next meeting of the Special Improvement District will be next Wednesday around 3 p.m. So they'll just still be talking about it.
Great.
And we'll talk all about it next week.
Yeah, Scott has taken over my portion of City Council.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Scott, because like I said, school's intense. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. And of course, I didn't have anything on the last Economic Development Subcommittee. This was a meeting that they added on to figure out, how do you get people to stay in Missoula and actually work and spend money in Missoula.
Well, that parks thing they put in where they're gonna redo the parks and redo the softball field and stuff.
Yeah.
Did they pass that?
Yeah, it's passed.
Yeah. So that'll help.
That'll help bring people here,
about?
but they talked about so many stuff. But of course, the public persona of people who think about Missoula outside of Missoula because of our interesting past, because we made national news. The last time we made national news was that whole rape thing.
Yeah, and the time before that was when we had avalanches.
that we don't have a good public persona on the outside of Missoula.
Oh yeah.
If you don't live outside of Missoula, you don't know. Is something wrong with Missoula?
The rape case, the avalanche.
There's so much stuff.
The karma trial.
Yeah.
We are not in good light right now.
We're not in good light at all.
Because Missoula's so wonderful.
So they're trying to figure out how they improve it, like the safety, public safety. So the main topics they talk about was the infrastructure of Missoula, arts and culture. Of course, arts and culture are huge in Missoula, and they want to figure out how they can expand on that. Public safety, like I said, what I was just talking about, Missoula's workforce, trying to get people to stay and work here, trying to get the kind of jobs that people, like career jobs. We need more career jobs. Affordable housing. It's expensive. You can't find anything. And overlays, sidewalks, dining ordinance, and street lighting. I don't know what the dining ordinance is, but you can find out all this information by logging onto the City of Missoula website, seeing all these wonderful subcommittee meetings, and getting involved too, because they have public comment segments. Get involved with your city people. And the only way I see Missoula improving is coming up with an awesome event center. Like I always said, I always say event center, because you bring money into the community and you get all these bands. All these bands are really gearing up to be a part of Missoula, but they're all going to the university, and the university's getting all the money.
Well,
so if the city of Missoula were to get a big deal.
The Knitting Factory, which is a huge venue in the West Coast, they bought the Wilma.
No, they have a contract with the Wilma to perform bands. So
we'll get better bands from them for sure.
Yeah, so they have like set times for these bands to come during those times. But any other vacancy, you can still rent the Wilma for your band to be on it. But I see that we are running out of time. So you can log on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com for more information, if I can find that webpage somewhere. All right, so
information on us,
Yep, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. Like us on Facebook, like MCAT on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, MCAT.org. We have artist Garrison Wood, photographer, happening next Friday. And yeah, so for Wake Up Missoula, I am Scott Ramph.
And I'm Noelle McFoy. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you Monday.